So, what's going on here?
We are here because 2 weeks ago, or actually 3 weeks ago by now, Wall Street, you know what's going on Wall Street? This is exactly what it is. It's like a smaller hub that people who want to go to Wall Street, we can't. So we're having the same thing here. And it's all about, we're protesting corporate greed, how we're having this crisis of our rights as, you know, a citizen of this country. It's not being represented by us. It's being represented by, you know, the upper scale corporations who, you know, they're giving the politicians campaign contributions, so their interests are represented.
Okay, what do you hope to accomplish by being here?
We are hoping to make awareness so that after a while we can reform our system. Our system is not. See, we see that there are good people, good politicians who go into the system and then they come out and become puppets in the system. So we want to reform ourselves. The people of this country can go back to the state that it was when the founding fathers originally mandated it.
Okay, and by reforming, do you have a solution in mind? Thank you. Like, do you have a solution to put forth for stopping what?
Regulations. Regulations. In terms of that, in the past 30 years, these regulations have dipped down and decreased so that people can get away with profiting over anything they can. There needs to be ethics back into place. There needs to be morals.
So,
and we've been lacking that in higher power global.
Who is to make the regulations? The government?
The government, but it has to be back to the democratic process. So, I mean, it wasn't.
Because it seems like if you're saying that the corporations control the government, but you want the government to make regulations to control the corporation, it seems like a vicious circle there to me.
It is.
So how is that a solution? That's what I'm wondering. I'm just trying to get answers. I don't.
Changing the tax rates is a big portion of it. Like how the tax rates are set up right now, if you're in the top 1%, you pay almost nothing in taxes, if not get paid for taxes.
Okay.
Whereas common people like you and I, you know, we get taxed 20 to 50% of our paychecks every single week. So
you do believe in taxes?
Yeah, definitely. We absolutely believe it. I mean, at least the majority of us. I mean,
do you believe in national taxes and state taxes?
I mean, personally, I can't speak for the group, but I do personally believe in flat rate taxing, where you pay a percentage of everybody pays the exact same percentage across the board. So that way, if you're taking in millions for something you're doing something right, that's fine. But you shouldn't get away with paying, the same percentage of your money back into the system as we do.
I think we need to get rid of capitalism.
Right. So I mean, like
do you feel we have capitalism right now?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
this is like the hardcore antidote of capitalism.
So you do think we have capitalism? You don't think we have capitalism right now? Or you?
Capitalism, yeah.
We do have capitalism right now. What is it? What do you call it when the government is in cahoots with the corporations? Do you call that capitalism? Okay, that's what you're calling capitalism? Because that seems like
my personal is capitalism puts money over people. That's just wrong, man. Money should not factor in people's lives, man. People should be able to live people's lives without having to worry about money. But I understand there has to be a system with this many people around, so you do have to come up with some form of government. But I'm not for it.
That's confusing. I just don't think we have capitalism now. And you don't want capitalism. So I think right now you've got what you want. I mean,
I've got no say in anything.
So why do you think we don't have capitalism?
Because the government and the corporations are one right now, that is not capitalism. Capitalism is.
I see what you're saying.
Then
in the truest sense,
the government wouldn't be involved in the market if we had capitalism. So is the problem that the government is involved?
In some instances, yes, in some no. Basically, what they're doing is they're giving tax breaks and things like that, but they need to hold businesses more accountable for things. I mean, you can't just give a bailout.
Who's they?
The government.
So we're giving the responsibility of our morals over to the government. Shouldn't we hold people responsible and vote with our dollar?
In a perfect world,
Yeah, in a perfect
voice
world.
of the people would be heard, but we've got lobbyists that are out there to take money and put in their own 2 cents and not what we want. We've got in all forms of government that we've elected in, that once they get in, they know what's best for them in. We don't have a government that was set up the way it was supposed to be ran.
Yeah.
By the people, for the people. We've got an electoral college that doesn't really take our votes. They vote on who they think is best for us.
Do you think that maybe one of the problems with the fact that we've lost government by the people for the people is because the people are not involved?
No.
I don't think that's
No?
100%.
Do you go to your city council meetings or your county council
I
meetings?
try to go when I can. You know, I don't make every one of them. I'm not perfect. I'm not
Okay.
fully involved.
I'm sure they listen to you, right?
Right. You know,
Can
exactly.
everybody that has a job,
Actually,
make
it's
it
an empty
out?
room, so they
I-
really
can everybody make it out to these that have a job? Because where I work, if I miss so many days, I'm canned. I'm fired. I can't call in and go, I'm sick. I have
and
to take a point if I'm sick, unless they've got the ability to let me have that day off without taking a point. It doesn't happen.
do you think that we're working more hours nowadays because the value of the dollar is going down?
That and companies are laying people off. So yes, there has
The value of the dollar is not going down. The faith that the people have in the dollar is going down. The value of the dollar is not worth the grass on this ground right here.
So then the value of the dollar is going down if it's not worth anything.
No.
It is.
The value of the dollar
It's
is
already
going
down.
because
It is
The
going
value of the dollar
Became a private
started off
company.
backed by gold.
Right.
Then it got backed by silver.
That's back then.
Now it's backed by
a private company.
no,
Right.
It's backed by
They
the
decide how much
belief
the dollar's
that our
worth.
dollar. is
So
worth
do you think
something.
we would have more time to be involved in our government to return it to the people if we weren't
We should.
if we didn't have to work as much because we're not making what money is worth
If we
anymore?
had term
exactly.
limits, if we had term limits for people in government that have been there, you know, if we could get rid of them, they've been there longer than I've been alive, longer than my mother's been alive. If we could get rid of those people
So you,
and get new people in with fresh ideas, not people that are sitting there comfortable and going, if we change something, I might lose.
yeah, that's it. That is a problem I see is that, you know, a lot of people are complaining about the government, but they're still voting for the lesser of two evils.
And
So-
the way that it's set up right now, you kind of have to. Because Joe Schmo, no.
I
no,
really think that's
if he
part of the
does not
problem.
vote, that's worse than
I-
voting for somebody that's
I agree.
actually
It's
got
different.
some type
You can
of-
vote a third party or
Instead of opting out of voting, you should write in on your ballot.
No possible
The reason
way.
that that doesn't work
really
is
there's an independent who won in my ward, St. Louis City,
Right.
just last election.
exactly
Who you talking?
goes back
Dogtown?
to the electoral college.
You talking
Ward
about,
24.
You talking about what's his name that went to jail?
Scott, no, that was my senator, the state
Yeah.
senator. No, he was a Democrat. He was part of the status quo.
But
Yeah.
No, but he was.
Yeah, Jeff Smith.
I just saw something about that the other day, man. He seemed like a hard fighting dude, man. Finally got in there, and then they kicked him out.
You guys know what
I don't know.
recorded?
Oh yeah.
That's why I stated in the beginning that
I'm not with a media outlet. I'm just a concerned citizen.
All right. Can I just say that also, I mean, there's many different ideas about different things. I mean, we are just a group. We're just part of a major group, and everyone has different ideas about these things. So, I mean, you know,
So, what party would you guys identify yourself with if you had to identify yourself? You're independent or none?
we're the 99%. It's every party's being represented.
But I mean, when you go to the ballot, who are you voting for?
Whoever believes in my issues.
So you're all over the place. You'll vote third party,
Yeah, absolutely.
but you
I will
won't vote third party. So which two of the lesser evils are you choosing?
I choose Democrat when I go to vote,
Okay.
but once again,
I'm just wondering. It's
Right.
just I'm just trying to get a feel for what is going on here.
You mentioned voting with your dollar earlier.
Yes.
You know, they're saying not every vote is counted, but every dollar is. Yeah, it's a good idea.